Hello, my name is Andrew Paraso, and today we're going to be covering a small demo of a vocal lesson here at the Stadium Theater. Now, this will be a little different from a typical vocal lesson because not having the student, or you would be the student, in front of me, I can't really work with fixing vowels or doing certain things. So we're just going to run through and you're going to kind of echo back what I'm doing together. So before we begin though, a good lesson of any kind, physical or vocal, always begins with some stretching because that's going to help open up our whole vocal tract from our diaphragm all the way up through where our vocal folds are, up through our mouth. Because having a good open register, if you will, is going to help us project and really make a good sound. So first things first, if you're able to, please stand up. If you are not able to stand, the best thing to do is to sit up as straight as possible. Because I know some of us aren't able to stand. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our hands. We're going to put them above our head and really stretch. Stretch one hand up, one arm. Stretch the other arm. If you can, kind of bring your shoulders back a little bit like this and really open up that chest cavity. All right, and shake all that out. Next thing is our neck. We are going to move our neck side to side in small circles, doing so slowly as not to hurt ourselves. Ugh. Next thing is, if you are able to, we're going to bend over just enough. If you're not able to bend, that is fine. Just going to bend almost like you're touching your toes, and you're going to reach and push as far as you can without hurting yourself. If you feel any pain, stop. And hold there for a second. Now we're slowly going to come up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And our shoulders back, and then our heads. Now we're going to try some breathing exercises. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to hold it, and then we're going to breathe out. We're going to do this over several counts. By that I mean I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever number. So this time we're going to breathe in for 5, hold for 4, and breathe out for 3. Let me show you what that looks like. So you breathe in. On that 5th beat, I breathe all my air out. So let's do it together. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one, we're going to try a little longer. We're going to breathe in for 6. Hold for 4 again, and breathe out for 5. So in for 6. Hold for 4. Out for 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And now one more. This one's going to be a real big challenge. This is in for 8. Hold for 6. Breathe out for 4. The challenge is trying to breathe in over 8 beats. It might sound easy, but it's going to be a little challenge. Let's try it. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 2, 3, 4. All right. So the reason we do these kind of breathing exercises is because when we look at different pieces of sheet music or different songs, some songs have long pauses that can give us nice long time to breathe, get some good breaths in. Other songs have very short, quick catch breaths. I'm sure we've all seen these. We've all sang these kinds of things, either singing in the car or with the radio. All right, now on to the vocal aspect of it. So again, the best posture to sing is standing up. Again, if you can't stand up, the next best thing is sitting straight. So something I tell my students at school is if you need to sit, you want to sit, but still standing from the waist. So my upper body never moves. That is the best way to sing if you can't stand or if you prefer to sit. All right, so if you're all set, we're going to start here. See, here's what you're going to do. You're going to sing on an ah. I'll show you first. Ah. The best way to do an ah is just drop your jaw completely. As I tell my students, it's a duh mouth. Just kind of say the word duh. That jaw, when I have it nice and open. So let's try it. So give me your duh mouth. And here we go. And then we're going to move up. Again. And up. And up a little faster. And up. Again. Now something about these notes in here. We're starting to get kind of high for some people. Now the reason is because obviously, as we know, some voices can go higher, some voices can go lower. So if you're kind of starting to feel that almost like a strain in your voice, definitely stop. Do not push, because then you'll damage your voice. Yes, there are techniques that'll help us go up further and extend our range up into the higher notes. But if you push without those right exercises, you can actually do damage. So don't do that. If you need to, if you can't sing up that high, you can drop it down to a lower octave, to wherever is comfortable where your voice fits. In a true voice lesson where you would be standing in front of me, I would be able to hear where that strain is. I can say, oh, okay, well, let's fix this and try this instead. Obviously, being in camera, we can't really do that. So for now, if it gets uncomfortable, either drop out altogether, or if you can, drop into a lower register. All right, so let's start here. Same thing. Ah, here we go. Ah, and up. Ah, and up. Ah, and up. Now, for some of us, this may be getting high. So again, if you need to drop out or you need to drop down, don't push. Do that instead. Last one. So we're going to end here. Ready? So if you were able to go all the way up, you made it all the way up to here. And we started all the way down here. So you just covered an octave and a fifth. Pretty impressive. All right, now that's warm our voices up. We also need to warm our voices down to access the lower part of our range. So to do that, what you want to do is almost like a nice yawn. Oh, yeah. On ya. I say yawn because it should be relaxing. You can do the same thing and use that duh mouth, but on a ya. So let me show you how that's going to sound. Ya. One more time. Ya. Again, almost like a yawn, nice and relaxed. All right, we're starting here. Ready? Ya. Now we're going to go down. Ready? Here. Ya. And down. Ya. And down. Ya. And down. Ya. And down. Ya. Now, similar to how we went up, some of us may not be able to access those lower notes. We can't go that low. And again, that's completely normal as part of the human voice. Some of us can go lower, some of us can go higher. Myself personally, I end about here. I can't go any lower than that because my voice doesn't really respond very well, except on a good day. So, if you were following us all the way down, you started here, or here, and you made it down to here. If you follow the whole thing, your voice goes from here all the way up to here, which is almost 2 entire octaves, which is still pretty good. Alright, so there's our warm-ups. Now let's really start working on some techniques for the voice. Now, one of the techniques we can do, or we will use, is vowel sounds. Because 9 times out of 10, when you're singing, you never really sing on your consonants, B, C, D, stuff like that. You want to sing on your vowels, A, E, I, O, and U. That's where the true vocal sounds come in any song. So a lot of things we'll do in our vocal lessons is we'll focus on some vowels. And there are many, many different warm-ups we can do with that. So here's one warm-up we'll do. It's the same thing we just did, but you use your vowels. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. So A is a nice, almost like a smile. A, Ah is nice and tall, that duh mouth. O is, it's an O with your mouth. Aw is kind of weird. You kind of take the tallness of the A, of the ah, but brighten it just a little with the A. It's more with your tongue. So, It's one of the weird ones. Again, if we were in a full lesson, we would work on that together. And then, of course, oo again is circle. Oo and o are pretty much the same thing. So let's try that. E, I, O, U. Ready? So listen to it again. A, I, O, U. Ready? Let's try it. We're going to go down again. A, I, O, U. And down. A, I, O, U. Ready? A, I, O, U. Good. We're going to start back here. We're going to go A, E, I, O, U, A, O, U. So we're going to go up and down on these 5 notes using all of our syllables. So we're going to start on A going up. Ready? A. Now switch to ah going down. Ah. Now O going up. O. And U going down. Ooh. And now we're going to do them all of them up and down. A. Now it's a little different. We're going to do the same, something similar, but we're going to change the order. So it's going to be A, A, E, O, U, A, E, A, O, U. So let's try that. Ready? A, E, E, A, O, O, U, U. Then A, E, A, O, U. A, E, A, O, U. Now, if we had more time, we would constantly do this, going up and maneuvering around the different scales. Another one that we can use is, it sounds like this. We can use any of these syllables. For now, we're going to stick with ah because ah is the easiest. Here's how it goes. Ah. It hits our octave. So it sounds like this again. Ah. So let's try that one. Now the best way to prepare this octave is you want to think about it. When you know you're getting up there, just think about it popping out of the top of your head. I know that sounds kind of weird, but that's the best way to visualize that, is really popping out of the top of your head. So, ready? So actually, I want you to move your hands with me on that one. That's going to give you a visual and kind of help your body pop that octave, if you will. So you're going to take your hand, we're going to bring it up, pop out of the top of our head, and then we're going to bring our hands back down in the smooth motion. So let's try that. Ready? All right, one more time. Ready? Good. This time we're going to hit that top octave, and we're going to hold it for just a few moments to really hear what it sounds like, really solidify that sound. Let's try that. So we're going to go up, and then we're going to hold that top. And down. Just like that. Let's start one more time. Ready? Good. Now move up. Same thing, but this note now. My fault. Try that one again. Let's try a better key. This one here. Ready? Good. One more time on this one. Now, I know we're not together physically, and you're watching this on the recording. However, I feel like I can hear the voices kind of singing out. Call me crazy, but it kind of sounds good. So I'm assuming you're sounding good. All right, let's take a look at something else now. Other things we can do in music is we'll work with different kinds of volumes, because you don't want everything loud. You don't want everything too soft, because then there's no difference. If it's constantly loud all the time, the audience kind of sit there like, oh, wow, this is really loud, and it sounds awful. And if it's always really kind of soft, eventually they're going to sit there and think, well, this is kind of boring. So you want to use your different dynamics or different volumes. Now, in playing an instrument, like the piano for instance, volume is really easy. If I hit the key really lightly, it's quiet. If I hit it hard, it's louder. Same thing, any kind of instrument you play, saxophone, flute, oboe, whatever. The voice is a little different because if you push too hard, you're going to yell. And if you do it too quietly, you're going to whisper. We need a nice in-between. So what I want you to do is try this for me. Your ABCs. A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. We can use some words. A, B, C, D, E. We can use the same notes here. So we're going to try moving through some different dynamic ranges. We're going to start quietly at a piano, so nice and quiet and nice and soft. We're going to work our way to a loud forte, nice and strong. So let's just start with piano. So a nice, quiet sound, almost like you're thinking of a lullaby. Let's try it. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, and backwards. A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. Again, a nice, relaxed lullaby kind of tone. Try that one more time, that lullaby. A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. Good, now take it one step next. So, Mezzo Piano. A little louder than that, middle. Ready? A, B, C, D, E. 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 Now take it another step up. We're going to talk Mezzo Forte. So medium loud. Kind of like somewhere about the volume of where your speaking voice would be. Ready? A, B, C, D, E. 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 And the last one, step up now, is forte, which is a nice, strong, loud sound. This is the kind of sound you want to use if you're trying to get someone's attention or if you're speaking to a room full of people. Not quite yelling, but in that general realm of like that loud. Ready? A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. Again. A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. So that's kind of where we use volume. Now, in a regular voice lesson, I would have sheet music for you, and we would look at the different songs. One of the different methods I use is called the Panofka Method, and that actually uses a lot of different songs that are specifically written with words that help enhance volume or help enhance the vowels. Obviously, right now, we don't have that, but that's something we would work with. Because again, as I said, music definitely works in volume. If everything's loud, it's boring. If everything's soft, it's boring. We need to have a nice range. So another thing we talk about is vocal health. Now, I'm going to talk briefly about vocal health, and you'll get a full rundown in one of the lessons. So vocal health. The first thing I want to talk about is keeping your voice hydrated. And the best way to keep your voice hydrated is actually with water. Now, obviously, everyone likes to have different kinds of drinks. Juice, coffee, milks, water, whatever. The best drink for your voice, though, it'll always be water. Now, you may have heard that tea helps with the voice, and it does. Certain kinds of teas help with the voice. Other kinds of teas can actually dry the voice out. A lot of your green teas are best for the voice. A lot of your darker teas, such as your black teas and stuff like that, have more caffeine, so it will dry your voice out. Another one that's kind of bad for the voice is coffee. Not saying don't drink coffee, just be cognizant of how much coffee you're drinking before you sing, because it will dry your voice out. And another one is milk, or a lot of dairy. Dairy will coat your throat, making it very difficult for you to sing, because it's going to gum up your vocal folds or your vocal cords. So again, the best thing to drink, especially maybe if you're having a hard time in this lesson, what you should do is grab a cup of water or grab a glass of water or even a bottle of water. A bottle of water is probably the best because you can cap it back up without spilling it. I'm the kind of person I would spill it. So that's one of those things. The other thing with your voice is obviously yelling. If you know you're going to have a performance or you're going to sing, try not to yell. That's kind of a given. So that kind of works with your vocal health a lot. Another thing we would talk about that we won't talk about today is vocal development. Because obviously, people from a very broad range, I'm sure, are watching this video. From younger people to people who may be a little bit older. And our voices are going to react differently based on the development of our voices. A person who is in elementary school, 3rd, 4th grade, is going to have a different vocal sound than someone who would be in middle school or high school due to the development of the voice. Same thing too as an adult. A person who is an adult has gone through that puberty vocal transition, so their voice is going to act a little differently. That's something as I would get to know you as my student, we would talk about when we figure out how to address these different vocal problems, stages of your vocal development. And we would also address any vocal problems that I would see. Not so much medical problems with your vocal cords, but kind of like what I call vocal tics. Whether it be trying to stretch for notes, maybe a bad breathing technique, or stuff like that. That's something we would address in our lessons. The kind of last thing I want to go with you here is called solfege. Solfege is one of the main systems of singing, if you will, and that's do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So that's something I want to talk about real quick. We're going to do a couple exercises using our solfege. If you don't know solfege, that's completely fine. We're going to work with it today. So the first thing we're going to use is do. Kind of like the old Sound of Music song, do a deer. So you're going to sing do. If you think back to those breathing exercises we did before, we said that we breathed in for a certain amount of time, held it, and let it out for a certain amount of time. Here, you're going to hold these different notes for a certain amount of time. This one is 4 beats. We're going to hold do for 4 beats. These are called long tones. And the reason we do these is to help solidify the voice. By that, I mean, sometimes the voices can be a little shaky in certain areas, a little scratchy, a little weak, depending on where we are. And these long tones help our voice we kind of search that sound. Eventually, it locks in, say, oh, there's that sound. This is what my body needs to do to make that sound. So let's try that. We're going to use do. Ready? Breathe in. Do. Good. Next thing we'd use is re. Back to Sound of Music. Re, a drop of golden sun. So ray of light. Same thing, I'm going to breathe in, hold it for 4 beats. Ready? Re. Next one is mi. Just think you, me. Same thing, 4 beats, breathe in. Mi. Next one is fa. If you're from New England, drop that R in the word far and just make it fa. Like a long way to run. Fa. Ready? Fa. Good? And the last one is so. Like Sound of Music, a needle pulling thread to sew something. Ready? Breathe in. So. Good. So we're going to use all 5 of those. Do, re, mi, fa, so. So what you're going to do is you're going to breathe, hold for 4. Breathe, hold for 4. Breathe, hold for 4. All the way up. So let's try it. Ready? Breathe in. Do. Sorry, my fault. Try it again. Do. Breathe, reset for re. Re. Breathe, reset for me. Mi. breathe, reset for fa, fa, breathe, reset for sol, so. Good. Now we're going to try them not using long tones, but using the words up and down. Ready? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Right. One more time on that, and we're going to try something something new, and then we're going to end from there. So try it out. Ready? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And our last thing. A lot of music is not step by step. By that I mean the notes aren't always in order. They jump around, or what we call leaps. They're all out of order. So here we're going to try one leap of 3 different notes, what we call a chord. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. We're going to try it using the 4-beat long tones first, and then we're going to do it a little faster. So it'll be hold for 4, breathe, hold for 4, breathe, hold for 4, breathe, hold for 4, breathe, hold for 4. Here we go. Ready? Breathe in. Do. Ready? Breathe in for me and me. Ready? Breathe in for sol. So. Back to me. Ready? And me. Back to do. Ready? And do. Now let's try it a little faster. So we're going to go. Using the same words. Do, mi, sol. Ready? And do, mi, sol, mi, do, mi, sol, mi, do, mi, sol, mi, do. A little faster. Ready? Do, mi, so, mi, do, mi, so, mi, do, mi, so, mi, do. And maybe you're a little more advanced. So you want something a little more advanced. This is the last thing. And that's the octave. Do, mi, so, do. One more time. Do, mi, so, do. Let's try that, and then we'll call it there. Ready? Do, mi, sol, do. Good. So at this point in a full lesson, I will bring out some repertoire for us to look at. By repertoire, I mean different songs. Now, depending on what your vocal needs are, it's going to depend on the repertoire we pick. If you're an advanced person who you've already had some vocal experience, maybe you're a little older, we'll look at different repertoire from different genres, such as international genres, repertoire in different languages. If you're a person who's very, very much interested in music theater, and you're specifically taking lessons because you want to work on some techniques for auditions, then we would look at some different musical theater pieces. If you're someone just starting out and you've never really sang before and you're really looking for the basics, we will look into some different repertoire to help with the basics. And again, we're also going to look at what your vocal needs are. Such as if you need help on your upper range, we're going to pick some songs that works with that. If you need to work in the lower range, we're going to pick some songs that work there. Same thing with volume and your vowels. We're going to pick songs that have your vocal needs. So that is all I have for us. If you're truly interested in these lessons, the best thing to do is to contact Stadium in the education department, and we'll help set you up with whatever lessons you want and whatever lessons we're able to provide. So thank you very much. Again, my name is Andrew Pariseau, and this has been a vocal demo lesson. Thank you.